go, Elizabeth? All the microphones on. You got these guys are on?
Yes.
We have two of them. Now we got two of them I gotta deal with. All right.
She wants it in stereo.
I guess so.
Put one up each ear.
All right, it is 7:01. I'd like to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, the 25th of August, 2025. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chair of the commission. To my right, Mr. Bob Hudeman, who is the commission secretary. To my left, Mr. Tom Keller, who is the commission's vice chairman. Further down is Mr. Rob Scalera, who is an alternate member. All four of us will be voting members this evening. Further down is Elizabeth Adams, our recording secretary. So if you're going to speak today, please help her out, and she needs your name and address so we can get it correct in the minutes. And on my far right is Ms. Laura Barkowski, who is the Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer. All right, so that is that. So we'll just go quickly to the Inland Wetlands Officer's report. First, 100 Candlewood Lake Road. I read that two-page letter. I think they are saying that they built it as they thought. So that is terrific. And I know you probably want, at your leisure, you will have the opportunity to get out there and see that. So that's good. Now we have the baseline reports. Now we need to know how they are doing, particularly the wetlands creation. So I think just for a cleanup standpoint, maybe let's ask Ann to just delete all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these 6 sub-bullets. And let's just add, the land use office will contact the Municipal Building Commission and Mr. Paul Checo, and ask for a report on the I don't remember exactly what the dates are. I think they were just annual reports, and I just asked you guys to take a look at them. They were probably at the end of the year. I think that's what we did, or we might have done it 12 months after they were done, something like that. But that's the next thing we need, is one of the annual reports that says everything is growing like we thought it would, or things are not growing like we thought we would, and we're going to do the following items. So we'll just add that. And then it will stay here for 3 years. I think that's what the time frame is on the school. Let's see, 58 Old Grace Bridge Road.
So I did turn around and contact them.
Yeah, the project is,
And he's saying that the project is completed, but he's also saying that the paving wasn't completed. So I don't believe the project is completed. I'm requesting a little bit more clarification on what he means from the project. But we are in communications.
oh, well, that's exciting for him that he got the dirt out. Just for the record, what we are interested in is the area that had contaminated soil was going to be 4,000-ish square feet of wetlands creation. So that's the wetlands project, which I'm sure is a small part of his bigger project. All right, well, that's exciting to hear he got that done. That was really nasty soil sitting right there next to the Still River. Let's see, 500A Federal Road, Toll Brothers. We had that really big storm.
Looks pretty
what,
good.
2 weeks ago.
So I believe we're only up to July on their monitoring reports.
Okay. Or I guess it wasn't that bad in Brookfield 2 weeks ago. Okay, so that they're okay.
Right.
All right, we'll get down to enforcement, 35 Merwin Brook. I guess the attorneys are in communication.
Correct.
All right, that's good. That's really a shame. It's really a shame that happened, and it's really a shame that this has been so
Dragged out?
dragged out.
Oh, yeah, Merwin.
Yeah, because it didn't need to be this way. Let's see, 51 North Mountain Road. We're just waiting for the plantings, which should be in a month or so-ish. 46 Green Ridge. We gave him some time to find those concrete monuments, drop them in so that you can go, so we're good there. 238 Wisconsin Road, September 8th. That's good. 171 Pocono Road tree clearing. Okay. Get your name and address
Sure.
for Elizabeth, please.
So it's Robert Sherwood, landscape architect, Brookfield, Connecticut, PO Box
You
564.
can stand there if you want, you can sit, whatever you want.
I do have a quick little, like,
Before you get going, let's just ask Laura to give us an update, and then we want to hear from you, okay?
So this is a property that's actually been on the blight list. It was recently sold. The new owner was starting to clean up the property. And when
Okay.
we looked at the property, lots of trees were being taken down. There is wetlands on the property. So
Okay.
went out to the site. I asked him to stop to submit an application. I sent him a notice of violation actually on July 28th. But I also spoke with him. Since then, he has hired Mr. Sherwood here to come up with a remediation plan and to kind of go forward on what he wants to do to clean up the site. He was told he couldn't do anything else on the outside of the property until he came before
So-
you.
I was contacted like last week, so I
Okay.
kind of threw something, well, actually, I missed, 2 weeks ago, I missed your meeting. That's when he kind of talked to me. So if you've never driven by 171 Pocono, this was overgrown. There's like tractor trailers that had trees growing around it and stuff. So I'm not going to say in defense of him just going in there and doing what he did, but there was an issue of items there. On the GIS maps, it does show this blue area of like standing water. I was out there, I didn't see any standing water. It is the middle of the summer. There is kind of this clearly defined area where the grading comes off the old railroad tracks, and then there is a swale-ish low point that's definitely wet, and I would say a wetland. So,
But you're not a
counting,
Connecticut soil scientist. You're
no, I'm
just-
not, I'm
You're
not, I'm
just
just,
remarking that there
Yes.
is water.
Yep.
That's all you're.
yeah, it's not a,
saying.
this looks like a pond on the plan is basically what I'm saying. There's no like pond out there, but it's definitely, there's definitely
A lot of people put ponds in there, and whatever the hydrology is, the ponds fill in.
fill in
We've
and
had a
then,
couple like that, so, but anyways,
so I don't know what the client would like to do. I don't think he wants a pond back there. I don't think he wants to dredge it or anything like that. So I walked around trying my best. He did do some tree clearing. 90% of this building lot, or let's just say the whole building lot, is impacted by, the upland review area. But he did take down a bunch of trees that were in between this parking lot and the house and the front yard. And lo and behold, there's stumps in the back. There's piles of debris. It really is a mess. And I say that because there's still garbage and debris there that's to be pulled out. There's historical fill piles that you can tell that have been there forever, that have contamination in them. There's like, you could see like all cuttings from like 2x4s and stuff like piled up there that are clearly old. So,
can you, I see the GIS map here, and looks like you've used that to create this. What
Yeah.
is this dark line here, right? What are you trying to tell us with this line?
oh, that was just me kind of doing a quick like takeoff of where I thought the line was of that wetland and for a square footage to give you guys how much of the property.
Okay,
So
all right.
that line is that, and then that's me starting to create, all right, we got to put up silt fence, but I can't put up silt fence before the construction because it already was down.
Okay.
And it's such a mess out there. We kind of need to remove everything and then just mitigate. So where we're at, most of the trees, what I could see, some of the items there, definitely a lot of maples, definitely a lot of Norway maples that are overgrown. There was, looked like maybe a sycamore was cut down. It's very hard to tell what style. I counted around 21 stumps being out there.
So you've got this scale, so this is a good scale. So we've got approximately, if I just kind of get to 75 feet here, just with my fingers.
Mhm.
Kind of goes like this. So if
Yeah.
there's two homes on this, or two buildings? Is this a
Well,
garage?
the home is in the front, and then
Yeah.
that's a detached garage and a shed structure. And that really, I believe that structure is the roof's collapsed.
Okay.
And I think there's actually trees growing through it.
Okay, that's what these sort of X's here.
Those are big trees on the outside that were definitely already cut. But when I
Alright.
say a tree starting to grow up through it, there's probably a 4-inch Norway maple, like
Okay.
growing all over the place. This
Okay.
is trying to set the stage of how bad this lot
The lot was definitely overgrown.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, probably from our standpoint, we're not so worried about the overgrown issues. We know the property owner would be very interested in it. We don't care so much.
Mhm.
We're more interested in, you know, in what is going on in, again, the upland review area. It sounds like trees taken out and other construction material, that's what was taken?
Yeah, so when you say overgrown, the house was, obviously it was on the blight issue. There was 3 tractor trailers parked back here. There
Okay.
was other trailers and just junk where
Okay.
really tree cutting needed to happen to even just get that machinery out. So most of that machinery is gone. Now it's garbage and debris that's everywhere.
Okay,
So yes, recognize the fact that a little egregious tree cutting took place, and we're certainly going to have to mitigate and replant and clean up the site, obviously. And
okay, so when you say egregious, what you're saying is there was activity in the upland review area and there was no permit, you're
Yeah.
not disputing that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you know the process, right? The process is to, and we can talk a little bit about what the remediation plan has been for other properties around here. And so we need to get that plan in place, again, along with, as Laura said, if the property owner wants to demolish any of these buildings that may be in the upland review area, let's get that on the application, save them some time.
Yep.
And then whatever other, any other landscaping or activities he might want to do, let's try and get that all in the
yeah,
application.
this was just me trying to fast track something so we didn't look like we're not being responsive.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that,
Gotcha.
and I understand, you know, when Laura went out there, do I have this one right? I mean, when you let them know that there was a problem, they stopped, so we're grateful for that, we don't always get that, so we're
Here's the homeowner.
grateful for that, well, hi, welcome. So, I think probably what we'll be looking at, we've done in other properties, you know, we're kinda interested in maintaining shade on wetlands. If there were trees there or other such things that were providing shade into the wetlands, that's what we're interested, at least for me, and I'll
Yeah, I
let my
agree.
colleagues
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
here. That's what we're interested in,
Okay.
not making worse and making better if we can, you know, so temperature warms. Not exposing wetlands to direct sunlight is to be aspired to. So that's what we're kind of looking for. If you took some trees out that were providing shade, we'd be looking at like a 1-for-1 replacement,
Okay.
okay, there. And it looks like, I don't know, Laura, did you get one of these?
I have not.
Oh, sorry. Well,
You give this to Laura, and then Bob and I'll take a look.
hey,
I think what you're saying is, in the upland review area, you're saying there's only 1 tree removed? Is that what you're saying, or is there more and you just didn't get them on the map?
oh, no, that's just it's all the ones with X's. There's
Okay.
a few that remain. It didn't print as dark as I would have liked it, but there are 2 or 3 trees that remaining out there
Okay,
in that area. But most of the X's that you see are trees that were stumps, you know, now, but trees that were removed. And that's my best guess of kind of pacing and field measuring.
all right, so so what you're saying is plus or minus, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish trees were taken down?
21.
21.
Where?
In my notes, there's 21.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Yeah,
see your
yeah,
notes,
yeah.
I was trying to
Yeah,
count
21
X's.
21 in the notes, about 18 X's, I think.
There's
Okay,
21
I
X's.
guess, sorry.
Is it,
Some of them
you
are
got them
hidden.
all?
They're
1,
hidden.
2,
Okay.
3, 4,
It's like
5,
where's
6.
Waldo?
Yeah, sorry. There is some on the
Oh.
back side, kind of
There's like 5
along
Oh,
the
yeah,
property.
yeah,
Oh,
so
okay,
thank you,
yep.
thank you.
Yeah, again, the GIS map is, yeah.
Let me get the other one up. from the
Well, the
other side.
GIS map is directionally correct. I
Right.
mean, I will tell you, your client may want to, I mean, he's got a choice. He can go with the GIS map, Or, you know, he can hire a Connecticut soil scientist and get an accurate,
Location.
Yeah,
location of the wetlands.
we've discussed it, and then getting a, you know, a whole new survey of the property, so it's done, it's on a real.
So everybody knows exactly
Yeah.
what, you know, or he knows exactly what he's got.
Mhm.
So yes, I miscounted the X's. So yes, you're
Yeah.
talking about 21 trees coming out of wetlands, coming out of the upland review area, particularly the ones that are, say, within 35, 40 feet. I think we're gonna, for your remediation plan.
Okay,
We're gonna want them to be replaced
okay,
with a native species, you know, which could be different, for the trees that came out of the wetlands.
mm-hmm,
I think we'd be looking at something like, you know, like 2-inch caliper, maybe into the upland review area.
okay.
Put smaller ones into the wetland just to make it easier
So hand dig them and
to
put them in.
hand dig them, you know, and make it easier to
Yeah.
get them in. And of course, those need to be the kind that like wet feet,
That's a bond too, right?
and there'll be a bond. So
Yep,
once you.
understood.
You know, once you get the cost, just the cost of the trees, not the labor, that's what we need to use to set the bond, the cost of the material, not anything to
Okay.
install it. Thanks, Bob.
Okay,
And probably, I said it's August. I mean, there's time to get these in before the winter time, but not much. So what's your kind of time frame here?
Well, what about the clearing?
What's that?
What about the clearing of this? Because none of these trees were taken out, they're all just laying there.
Are they?
yeah, so some of them have been taken out and were chipped, but there's a lot of brush and
Stuff,
stuff.
wooded stuff laying on the ground that should probably be
Well,
thought about whether it's gonna get cleared or whether it has to stay, depending on what kind of soil it's laying on.
thanks, Rob. I think what we've done with others, if it's in the upland review area, they can get chipped. If they're in the wetlands, leave them. Even
Okay.
if they're down, that's fine. Just leave them there, because they will
Eventually rot.
eventually rot and put the nutrition back into the
ground.
soil.
So that's pretty much anything near the back eastern property.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
right.
no, I got you.
Right.
Okay,
Thanks, Rob.
all right. And so if he's going to rip down the detached garage, I mean, I think that the one darker green part is certainly probably would want to go. I think he probably would want to renovate the existing detached garage, but I'll talk to him what his plans are, if he's going to attach it to the house. So I'm going to try to give you kind of a complete plan of what he thinks the development
Okay.
will be. I would say that yes, we have time to get this done. It's just whether or not I need to show you an updated soil scientist and a real survey. Like that would delay the process probably a month, in my mind. So I could utilize this and say, this is what we're going to do, and then we could always get that backup information as we move along.
I think the commission, you know, I mean, we'll give him a choice.
Okay,
He can either use the GIS map, which is directionally correct,
Mhm.
and it might be too much. Candidly, it might be too little,
yeah,
right? We don't know. But
Right.
if your client wants to use that map, that is his option. We'll give him that option. If he wants a precise view of where these wetlands are, because he's kind of interested in it for the future use of his property, we'll give you the time to find
Okay.
a Connecticut
all
soil
right,
scientist.
well, I'll
That-
discuss it with him.
Again, for.
Yeah, I don't think the wetlands changing plus or minus a few feet here or there, being out there. It's kind of,
We have seen them be very good, we have seen them be, we have seen them miss watercourses.
But
Right.
he's also acknowledging that there is a little swell there, so that
yeah, it's kind of,
probably
Pretty accurate.
somewhat,
Yeah.
somewhat
Or
close, but it
disturbed.
could be,
It could
yeah.
be disturbed too.
So
Right.
are the railroad tracks higher than the property or lower?
higher, yeah. And that kind of comes down and that, it's kind of a, yeah, pretty well defined in my mind.
Okay.
But again, not a soil scientist, but, okay,
Okay,
right.
and I guess Rob has got me thinking, if they wanna take out, you know, I don't know what kind of foundation there is here, I don't know if it's a slab or, I don't know what this is, you know, but if he wants to take that out, just give us a construction sequence, you
Mhm.
know, about what that is you're gonna bring a small excavator, or are you gonna bring a big excavator?
Gotcha.
Are you going to replace the soil? Are you gonna pull out this driveway? Put that in there. It doesn't have to be exactly detailed, but it's gotta be enough
Yeah.
so that someone's driving by, or Laura goes out there, she
Yeah.
says, oh, well, that's what, they're doing what they said they were going to do.
Driveway is that gray is a loose determination. It's
Okay.
really just dirt.
Okay,
There's
I
no
had no
driveway.
way, I had no way.
No,
of
yeah, I know.
So-
And it looks like a driveway on the plan, but I'll give you a much more detailed view of what's going on.
And then if you can, right, or please, in the map, if you can, help us all out. And you're right, I think it's 100 feet from the pond, so, but can you add a little line that shows the upland review area?
Yeah, I'll
you add
do a
that?
much better plan, yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you can add that to the map show, because the pond is 100 feet, but then the rest of it's just
70.
75.
Gotcha.
And that'll be good for your client to know as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Okay,
Give us, or give the land use office a call, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, like in a week and a half.
Mhm.
Let them know what did you decide about soil scientist, not soil scientist?
Yeah, we'll talk to
And
them.
then give them an estimate as to when you think based on whatever you're saying, whatever you decide to do, what your estimate is on, when you're gonna have an application. If you're contracting with a soil scientist, you probably wouldn't, in a week and a half, have an idea. But if you're not, you're gonna use this map, we'd like to have you have the application in, let's see.
ASAP.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I did
sort of
start that-
later, but let's give you to the end of September,
Right,
right?
Submit an application that has the general application filled out.
Yeah.
We're waiting on some supplemental information, which is
Yeah.
stuff that was dropped off right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
yeah.
let's-
So I did start that process, so,
Okay, great. Well, let's try and have, like I said, it's the end of August. Let's try and have an application in by the end of September,
oh, yeah,
okay? Let's
No,
try and
no
have an
problem.
application that's complete with all the things we talked about.
perfect.
I said, if you're gonna have somebody come out and check, we understand that might need to move,
Yeah, perfect,
okay?
okay,
All right, so stay in touch, that's important.
awesome, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
All right. Anything else on enforcement? Okay. All right, let me put this, I'm gonna stamp this,
Pop in the file.
put it in the file. So we got kind of an updated, map with the beginnings here. So these things we talked about. All right, that's it. Okay. We do not have any continued public hearings, but we do have a public hearing. So, hooray! So let me go get the file.
So I assume you're ready.
All right, give me I gotta go through the spiel.
Yep.
All right, this is a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. At this point in our agenda, we scheduled a public hearing concerning the application of 170 and 172 Long Meadow Hill Road, which is the correct address, right? We need to have both. The application is W-25-47 for coal construction on behalf of the property, on behalf of the applicant, Rocky Ongaro. It is for the construction of a residential building with associated paved driveway, utilities, site grading, drainage upgrades within the wetland and upland review areas. First, let me introduce the members of the commission present here this evening. Again, my name is Sharon Fox. I act as the chair. Mr. Tom Keller is the vice chair. Mr. Bob Huddeman is the secretary. And Rob Scalera is also an alternate member of the commission, so all four of us will be voting. We'll open the public hearing by calling on the commission's secretary to read the legal notice of the hearing, which is right here, Bob, so you can just
Oh, yeah.
read, and mostly just what we need is the date, the dates, and the addresses.
Okay, the Town of Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission will hold a public hearing at the regular meeting on Monday, August 25th, 2025, at 7 p.m. in room 133, Town Hall, on 100 Pocono Road. on application W 2547-170-172 Long Meadow Hill Road for construction of a new home and driveway with site grading and drainage consideration in the wetlands and review areas. At this hearing, interested persons may appear and be heard. The written communications will be received. Said notice is on file in the Brookfield Land Use Office. For more information, visit www.brookfield.gov or call 203-775-7316. Yours truly, Sharon Fox, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
This application, W-25-47, was formally received by the Commission on August 11th, 2025. The public hearing is only one aspect, excuse me, of the approval process and is for the purposes of accepting factual information and data bearing on the application and to allow expression of opinion by interested parties. Subsequent to the hearing, the Commission has 35 days in which to render a decision on the proposal. The final decision may be in the form as approved as submitted, approved with stipulations, or disapproved. After reading into the record the correspondence received by the Commission relative to the application, we'll ask the applicant to present the application in detail. The Chair will then entertain questions of clarification concerning the applicant's presentation. We will then hear from those who wish to speak in favor of the application, followed by those who are opposed. Following each side of the question, a period of rebuttal to each position will be allowed. All questions and comments must be directed through the Chair. As you are recognized, please state your name and address each time before you speak so that your comments may be legally recorded. Please be assured that everyone will be given the opportunity to speak. However, the Commission is most interested in hearing factual information relative to the application. In view of the time constraints placed upon us, we ask your indulgence in not reiterating comments previously presented. Any questions? From anybody? Okay. So we'll now ask the Secretary to proceed with a reading of correspondence. So I think that usually is from interested parties or neighbors, because we do have some other documents that I think we'll get into in the application, but I don't see any letters from any member of the public.
Only what's been received in the file.
Okay, and they did get all the notifications out, so that is a very beautiful thing. So we'll talk about some of the other documents relating to the application when we get there. Okay, the Chair is now prepared, to hear the applicant's presentation, but before he starts, I just want to take a look at the application itself. So the total acreage on the property, and this is, I think, just for the interior lot, not for the front lot. I think it's just about 2.159 acres.
Correct.
And the disturbed wetland area is 1,178 square feet. And the total wetlands on the property is 5,431 square feet. And the disturbed linear feet of watercourse is 30. And the total linear feet of watercourse is 161. And then, of course, the total disturbed upland review area is 12,792 square feet. And there is a little bit of slope on the property. Okay. Mr. Cole, what would you like to tell us about this application?
David Cole, 192 Westmere Road, Brookfield.
So let's make sure we got this. Let me make sure I got the right map here, Dave.
Like the Zuko's map.
I think this is the most recent one. It's got a last, doesn't have a last revision date.
Should be no
It's
revisions, the date should be 3/14/25.
3/14/25, okay, yep, so we got the right map here, okay.
Well, we talked before, we're talking about not doing the bridge and putting the culvert in. Nothing's changed since the last time I've seen you. Proposing to move away from the property line, so we don't need a retaining wall. We can put the driveway lower. We don't have to go 18 feet wide, it's gonna be a 12-foot wide driveway. And we're gonna put the 4-foot culvert in, burying half of it, so you'll still have a infill again of a 4-foot wide arched water course underneath the driveway to allow the water to go through and any kind of animals to go through. They can also go up and over the driveway instead of going up against an 8-foot high retaining wall. I don't know, we've had multiple people look at it now. Jim McManus has looked at it, and his recommendation was to do the culverts to the bridge. And the third-party reviewer that you guys had also came to the same conclusion. That this is the easiest, or not easiest, but the most, least effect on the wetlands to,
Yeah,
to do it, so.
I think, Dave, just to maybe help you out, yeah, we do have, we have in the file, Mr. McManus's review of the area and his recommendation, or his opinion is that the culvert is,
Better choice.
no, I don't think I don't wanna put words in his mouth, but,
I think it does say at the end that it's.
I think
it's
I just,
preferred.
yeah, I just wanna get his words. Yeah, and it's his, JMM's opinion, with diligent monitoring of erosion and sediment controls, the proposal will not have significant adverse short-term or long-term impacts, water or quality or habitat impacts in the regulated resources. So JMM saying the project team, it appears overall there'll be less disturbance to the wetlands with the current proposal. I assume he's saying less disturbance compared
Correct,
to
from
the one that is currently approved. So again, they want to put words in his mouth. And then we also have something new here, which is, again, the peer review, the technical review from Northwest Conservation, and that's dated the 20th of August. And that says, thank you, dear Ms. Barkowski, thank you for meeting with me. The above referenced site on August 11th, 2025, to review the location and proposed stream crossing. She says she reviewed where the wetlands flags were, and she's also reviewed plans for the stream crossing prepared by Michael Mazuko. She did speak with him to clarify a couple of details on the plan. After due consideration, having visited the site and seen for myself the conditions, it's her opinion that the culvert crossing is preferable to the bridge in that location. So, does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you wanna tell us?
I don't,
Well, I'm just asking, anything
there's
else you wanna
nothing
tell
else
us?
I can do to do this project other than put this culvert in and have the least amount of effect on the wetlands that are there, you know.
Okay, refresh my memory, Dave, on these little things here. What are these little things?
He calls them out,
Where?
plantings there someplace, I don't remember.
Okay, so blueberries, spice bush, and silky dogwood. So this is going to be, this is the fill, this is the dirt fill?
Right, on the
And
side
it's
of
gonna
it,
be
yeah.
banked? Is it gonna be
It'll
sloped
be
down?
sloped a little, but you can see there's a grade to it.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
gonna be sloped
Yeah, a
into
little
the
bit sloped,
wetlands.
Yeah, there'll be a bank that goes to the wetlands, you know.
And you are filling this with, how is it, what are you filling it with? Is that on here someplace? You filling it with dirt or rocks or?
Well, it'll be, you know, gravel underneath the driveway. There'll be a mat put down first, so you don't mix the soils that are on below it with the soil we're putting in. And we'll have to bring fill in. Some of the fill can come from the site here, because we're taking it out and filling in. So this doesn't, I'm gonna get across the bridge and then drill the well first before I do anything else, so this doesn't get raised up too high, so I don't have to fill it back in and set the well rig up. So I'm gonna make sure that I do it correctly, so we're not going back to have to take something apart again, you know?
Okay, so I'm looking for what you just said, and not so much what you said about the well drilling and,
Okay.
yeah, well, I am kind of interested in that. Is that written on any of Mike's plans here?
He has a.
I see it's
construction
in-
sequence in here somewhere.
Yeah, let's see if we can find that. Limits of clearing, control, catch basins, catch basins, jeez.
We decided to put a catch basin up above the wall.
Oh, you
know,
did?
Trying to,
Oh, where's that?
by the house, in case we need it,
Ah, okay,
for above the house where we're putting the retaining wall in.
okay. I see sediment barrier, I see the under drain detail, I see the silt fence detail, I see the erosion notes.
Are the details
I see
all
the
the same order? 'Cause
gallery.
I thought before they wanted the
Is that
bridge in
this?
before you put the well truck in.
Before they
remember
wanted the
discussion.
bridge done.
Right.
Before the house was even built. So
So the construction sequence might be a little different.
the construction sequence is here now. We're
Where
gonna
is
just do it like a regular, it's right here under B, erosion sediment.
Okay,
control.
so let's go, get the permits, install a sediment fence, install anti-tracking gravel pad.
Yeah.
Where, is that on the street or is that,
No, that's up, it's right, it's shown on the driveway. In the driveway. right
This stuff.
here. Right.
Okay,
This is what they
all
tried
right.
to find.
Clear and grub the site to allow for construction, strip and stockpile topsoil, install, it says install wetland crossing.
Mhm.
Clear and grub while bringing remaining site to rough grade. So where does it say, what are you putting in there? I mean, is it, like
All
you
the
said,
fill
you're
that's
said,
being dug out of the house site is gonna be used on there instead of trying the trucks up across the wetlands, on the other side of the wetlands. And
so
here
is
I'm
it just gonna be dirt, Dave?
dirt with then gravel on top, like a regular driveway put in afterwards.
No, for here, you're gonna
Right.
fill this with dirt and put gravel on top?
I'm gonna put a mat down after I cut everything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take anything out except where the pipe's gonna be. I'm gonna put a driveway mat down. I'm gonna put 2 inches of stone down first, and another mat on top of that, so the soil from I'm putting on there can't get into the soil below it, so water can still run through and get into the wetland soil that I'm actually filling over top of.
Okay,
You know?
can you get Mike to write that down into your construction sequence? It's not here, it's not
Okay.
here. It just says install wetland crossing, and I don't know what that means. To me, that could be a lot of things, it doesn't necessarily mean this
Well,
pad. Or is that here someplace that I'm just not finding it?
Wetland crossing is shown here at the pipe being put in.
Where, this? I see
Just
typical
showing it
driveway,
into existing soil here and then filling it back in, so he's showing it just going into, the wetlands pipe is actually being dug into the wetlands, and then it's being filled up over top of it. And this is a driveway right here.
I'm trying to understand this. So, this is the stone that's gonna come down. This
So look
is
at this
stone that-
profile right here.
That's what I'm looking at, right?
Right.
So,
He's got stone on the sides of the banks here.
mhm.
He's got, natural stone, cobblestone on either side, the entrance and the exit. And he's showing the geotech map underneath it with gravel blanket. So he's showing it all right here. That's only going right where the pipe is,
right.
you know? Sharon, after all this, you gotta know I'm not gonna do wrong.
I know
Something
you're
about
not,
that.
I know
Okay.
you're not,
Yeah.
Dave, but
It's
well,
showing here what we're gonna do. I mean, we're putting
It's-
the mat down.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, like I said,
Okay.
to make sure the record is really clear, cause you're
Right.
not putting this in right away. You're tossing some mats in to get to the other side.
No, I'm not.
I thought you
That's
said
what-
that.
No, that's what the great thing about this is, I'm gonna put the driveway in, and I'm gonna drive right down the driveway
Yeah,
and get to this pipe, and I'm gonna put the pipe in and fill both sides without having to go around it. That's why we're doing this whole thing.
so when you say install wetland crossing, that's the pipe.
That's the pipe.
So that's the culvert.
So we have to go in and clear it. We have to get the stumps out of the way that are in the way,
But
put the
so,
silt fence up.
okay, but, so you're saying you're gonna install this culvert, right? So the dirt is coming from the house,
The house site will be,
but the house site's not done yet. You're not there. What dirt are you gonna
but
use
see, I don't have to, I'm gonna get to the culvert, and I'm gonna bring in enough fill to get over the culvert
from someplace else?
from someplace else.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a lot of fill, but just enough to get over the culvert, but then the rest of the fill is gonna come from the backyard when I'm actually in there working.
Okay, so this is install culvert.
Like to do a culvert, I have to bring gravel in and put around the culvert and stuff, that's not on site.
Okay, install culvert, and that will be soil from off-site and gravel. Initial soil and gravel from off-site.
So Sharon, I've gotta go in, I've gotta take the topsoil out going down to where this pipe is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a driveway mat down, I'm gonna put stone down there so I can drive down this driveway mat and put the pipe in going across. And then I'm gonna fill in over top of the pipe, just enough to get to the other side. It's not gonna be filled all the way up to the final elevation yet,
Okay.
until I get in the back and
Okay.
use some of that soil to come forward with.
I'm just trying to get this
Yeah, I'm
written.
just- yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
trying to get this written down, so it's culvert and culvert install, it's really a mat and then the culvert, right?
There's gonna be a driveway mat, and then the culvert gets dug down into the soil, but the driveway mat has to be put in to get to that point. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right. And then you're going to initial dirt and gravel from off-site.
Right, to fill, to get down to that point.
And what are you using to do this? A big excavator
Yeah, you have to bring a good sized excavator in.
and soil?
A question for you.
Sure.
When you drill the well, what are you gonna do with the cuttings?
There'll be pit that I dig, and the cuttings go in there, and I take them out and put them up higher away from
Okay.
the wetlands, so they dry up in the sun, and
Okay.
they don't affect the wetlands.
Okay.
And we'll bail it out all the time, you know, and keep it clean.
Is it an air percussion machine or a cable?
No, I use cable rig.
Okay,
I don't
gotcha.
use, you know,
Yeah.
that stuff goes all over the place from the rotary, and they don't get as much water either, you know.
Excuse me?
The rotaries make a huge mess because the stuff comes out so fast, it's, you know, the cable rig's much better and they get a better yield, so, that'll all be done.
So where is that, is this pit where you're gonna do, is that on this map
Right.
someplace,
There's a
or?
pit right here, and a well is there someplace, and there's a pit right below.
This looks like a well.
No,
it's
but
Right
like
there
well.
is the proposed well location.
There's the, oh, there's the
There's
well.
a
That's
pit
the
right
well?
below that to be able to clean it out, and that's where you clean it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's self-full for the
And you've got
well.
soil and erosion around that, that's what this is?
Yeah, of course, we have to. you know.
Okay. All right, I think the last time when with the original, we tried to see if there was a spot here where we could do some created wetlands to sort of account for, you know, this, again, here now, you know, permanently filled, almost 1,200 square feet. And just the nature of this property, nobody could identify anything. It is unfortunate, but the way this challenging property is, with this gully, there wasn't really anything that anybody could think of.
The original plan didn't have this either. We're trying to take some water from here behind the house and actually put it underground first before it gets down the driveway, so we added all of this up here.
All this up here where,
That's that catch basin up here.
Oh, yeah,
behind the
yeah, yeah,
property,
yeah,
behind
okay.
this retaining wall, and we're putting a retention.
you're
Underground
well
retention.
you're outside of the upland review area, Dave, so
Yeah,
you're
but if I
good to
left
go.
that way, it's gonna run down the driveway and the road and wash out, so that's why I'm trying to take care of the whole site.
Yeah, so this 490, so it's 10 feet, right, from 15 feet down to the crossing?
Yep.
So say again what you just said, it sounded important and I didn't mean to dismiss it.
All the water is gonna get behind this retaining wall, is gonna be caught in the catch basin here and get piped down to underwater retention,
Okay,
instead of going around the retaining wall and washing out the soil down into the wetlands.
okay.
So he's gonna be able to keep his driveway.
I'm trying to do everything I can here, it's a difficult
Makes
site,
sense.
but, you know,
It's a very difficult site.
I redrew this whole thing up here to make this house work in this site and be able to lower the driveway so I don't have to have that 8-foot high retaining wall there. I moved the septic over, I redesigned the septic so it's smaller, of course Mike has to put on the plan because I'm not an engineer, but I redesigned all this and gave it to Mike to make that work, you know.
So you're gonna do this, I said, depending on when you do this, there could be, I don't know how much, there wasn't a lot of water last winter, but there's a possibility there could be a lot of water, so you guys do have the possibility here to bypass this water course.
I'm not going to do it when there's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's
I'll tell
a
you
good
that right
idea.
I may go and clear it and then let it, you know, get dry before I put it, I mean, I've missed the opportunity this summer right now, so.
Mm.
If over the winter it presents itself where we can do something, but I'm busy with other projects now too, so.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna go in and make a mess.
Yeah, so this comes down 10 feet to here, and then it comes up 15 feet to the house. The only other thing I can think of is here, we might think about, not allowing, I'm trying to think of what we could do here. I'm thinking about, like, you know, sand on the driveway. Sand on the driveway
I'm
here,
with you,
not,
sand.
not ending up, sand or salt, not ending up and into these plantings or into this wetland. I'm thinking about what we could do here.
Sharon, I would put, if anything, like gravel. Sand will just wash out.
No, I
I
mean,
think
in the
just off the
wintertime,
winter.
the wintertime, like
Oh,
wintertime
okay,
maintenance,
okay.
yeah, it's hard to, you don't see, it starts at 502 and it goes down, it drops 10 feet over,
Ah,
I don't know, what
What's
is it?
supposed to happen with the driveway, Sharon, is it's supposed to go off either side, so it doesn't combine and go down on one spot. So when I do the driveway, all the way down the driveway, it'll be
Yeah,
sloped
yeah,
off
yeah.
either side, so you won't get a direct rainwater washout of the driveway or a direct, path for the sand to go down to the wetlands. It'll all shut off to either side, and right now that's all lawn up there.
Yeah, it's all lawn, but here, if he puts sand on the driveway here, and we get one of these nice rainstorms, which we do in the spring, it's all gonna go
No,
here.
no, that's not what
No,
he's
but
saying.
see what
though.
I'm saying?
No.
The driveway's gonna be like this, so Sharon, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna have
behind
the
the
crown,
middle,
so it's gonna run
go
off
to
the
either
sides.
side.
Right.
So all the way down here, it's gonna go that way.
You're gonna
that
put a
way.
crown, a big crown on the drive?
Yes, you
Oh,
have to,
wow.
otherwise it's
That's
gonna
pretty
wash down
common.
there.
Okay,
Either that or you're gonna have puddles on it all the time.
It's
yeah,
just gonna wash out the driveway, you
Right,
can't,
exactly.
you know. I'm doing a big project up in the Milford right now for a winery, and unfortunately, they cut the driveway down 2 feet lower, and all the water runs down the driveway, and it's a mess, you know?
okay,
You can't do that.
all right, well, I missed that when we were looking at all of this.
I know, it's a difficult site, Sharon.
Oh, you have no idea. Huh.
Driveway
I
like
mean,
that,
you,
if you
you
don't
you do
crown,
have an
you're gonna
idea,
be
sorry,
constantly
that didn't
recording.
come out right.
Yeah.
That didn't come out right. We all know it's a difficult,
Yeah,
it's a very, very, very difficult site, so, again, I'm sorry, that didn't come out right.
no, I understand.
All right,
And to address some of your concerns about salt or sand, people have been using less and less for that reason and for the cost.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's gonna have to do something to keep it safe, you know, so, we'll probably get down and then get back up. All right,
People are starting to get into liquids.
well, and you're doing this with a big excavator? Is it a big one to do this work, get this mat down? What kind of equipment are you gonna bring down there?
I got a Cabelco ED 150.
It's a big one, right?
That's a good sized machine,
Okay.
but you can't take trees down like this and stumps out like that.
No,
without-
I'm
you
just
can't
trying
do
to,
it with a
yeah,
mini
I'm just trying to say,
excavator.
when
You can't.
people start seeing
Yeah.
big excavators, we get calls and the florist says, oh, I know all about that, then it just makes everything easier. I'm not trying to be
I
argumentative, I'm just trying
understand.
to understand what's happening.
I mean, I've gotta get down in there first and cut the trees out. You can't do a driveway without the trees out of there, you know?
Okay,
So,
so initial work,
but I will be working in the driveway area. I won't be going around here like the other plan had to have.
Most of the people in that area are used to seeing the excavators there for the past 6 or 7 years now.
okay,
I see excavators on the highway sometimes, carried on on the back of a truck,
Yeah,
26 to 30 wheels. These excavators are so huge.
yeah.
Some of them are just huge.
I don't have anything that big.
Yeah.
so I just wanna go back, so this is the existing grade, and this is showing that you're digging, you're having to dig
This pipe is
down
gonna be buried in
about 2 feet, you said,
halfway
about,
into the original grade
yeah,
and allowed to fill back in, so it actually creates flat surface at the bottom for the water to go through like it always has.
so you're gonna let Mother Nature put the bottom back in
Well,
the
we're gonna
pipe.
put as much in as we can by
Okay.
hand, but I'm not gonna crawl in a pipe on my belly and try to get through the mud and get some dirt in there, it's, you know. Maybe when I was younger.
Yeah, maybe when you were younger, yeah.
I think you got it pretty much covered, actually.
Okay. Anything else, you guys? It's unfortunate we can't come up with, like I said, some kind of wetlands creation area. That's unfortunate. But I said, Dave said it the best, it's an incredibly challenging site, and it is kind of unfortunate. I said, the Mother Nature is gonna take a hit, to enable the development of this property, this wetlands, it'll never come back.
Well, I mean, both of the experts who looked at it didn't think it was that big of an impact, I mean, just
Here's the
what
thing,
they said, you know.
here's all I'm trying to say, Dave, everybody, you have no idea, people say, well, we got 2 acres, we're gonna take 20 feet.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make a big difference in the history of the planet, but
I
if everybody
understand.
does that,
Everybody does it, yeah.
then it all goes away, and it has.
Uh-huh.
So, it is
Sure.
unfortunate.
I hope you know I'm here because I didn't want it to go away, and, I tried to come up with the best plan I could here.
I know, but still, it goes away, and it's gone away permanently to allow the development of this property. I can't think of anything else. Any other questions, you guys?
No,
All right. All right, so just to go back to the process, I know there isn't anybody in the audience, but we'll ask anyways. Anybody have questions of clarification? There's no one in the audience. Since there's no one in the audience, anyone want to speak in favor or speak opposed? Dave, any other final comments for us?
I hope this is the last meeting I have to go to for this.
Oh, come on, we're nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that.
I know.
I've been working on this since October, I think, so.
You said it the best, Dave. It's a very
Yeah, it is.
challenging property.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the end, there'll be 1,200 square feet of wetlands, go away forever, forever.
Well,
So, enough said,
Yeah.
enough said. And I know you're trying to do the right thing, and I can speak for myself, I appreciate that, you know, I appreciate that you're trying to do the right
I don't
thing.
know if it makes it any better for you, Sharon, but when we put that mat down on top of the existing soil, and it puts stone on top of it, it allows water to go through and
That's
still get
correct.
down to the
I
existing
knew that,
wetland
yeah.
soils. So the only real wetland soil that's coming out is exactly where the pipe is. All the other wetland soils are staying, and they're gonna be allowed to have water sheet into that stone and go down into that gravel. And there'll be a mat on top of it that doesn't let that gravel get dirty, because it keeps the mud from getting into that gravel. So I understand that it's gone in the aspect is it doesn't have sunlight on it, but the wetland soil is still there, and water can still shoot over to it and get down into it. So it's the best thing that we could do for this, I believe.
Except for the way Mother Nature left it.
Yeah, well,
Except for the way
yeah, I
Mother
know.
Nature put
I'm
it
just,
together.
you know,
Okay, so, and again, I don't wanna drag this out. If there isn't anything else, let's see, I'll make a motion then to close the public hearing for, let me get the application right here. Close the public hearing for W-25-47. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Bob seconds. Any discussion on the motion to close the public hearing? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. All right, so we do have an application. For some reason, it's showing up in old business. I don't know why. Because it's not old business. It would be, I don't think it's new, I don't think it's old business. And I don't think, if I remember the rules right, we can't, I said, I don't think it belongs in old business. I think it would be new business. But I'm interested in your opinion, Laura.
So I actually would have just kept it under public hearings. I didn't realize it was written twice as old business, because the application was actually accepted on, because the last meeting, I believe we set the public hearing date.
correct, so you'd
So
set
that
the-
was when it was accepted.
Okay.
And since we pushed it back to when the public hearing was set, it could be considered old business,
Okay.
but I normally just list it as public hearing, so that's my mistake too, I didn't catch.
Okay, I just want to make the point for people that might be looking at the agenda, right? So we did make note of that. So, I think the 2 weeks still applies.
You can go into deliberations tonight and you can hear the application. You can choose to move deliberations to the next meeting as well.
So you're
have
saying you
30
think we
minutes.
could make a decision tonight?
Because the application was officially received over the 14 days ago.
Okay,
That's the statutory requirement, but it's up to the commission if they feel comfortable having deliberations.
okay. Well, I said, I don't think it belongs under old business, but whatever. But anyway, so we're at old business. Let me do,
So maybe note that that got addressed under public hearing.
yeah, well, I said,
Right.
I just want to make it out of the record that we all discussed why it was there. I don't know, anybody want to make it, anybody want to talk about it tonight, or you want to wait till next meeting? Let me ask you guys what you would like to do.
Wait till next meeting.
I'm okay with deciding tonight based on the reports.
Can
from
we
the-
vote on it tonight, Sharon?
Well, that's why I just asked
yeah, yeah,
Laura.
I'd vote
I
on
didn't
it.
think we could, but if Laura says we can, we
I'm
can.
ready to
Yeah,
vote on it.
Okay,
based on all the
alright.
reports, I'm,
Okay, Rob, you good
Yes.
with that?
it's very big.
Yes, I'm supposed to be vague.
You're supposed to be.
Right, so you sit-
No, you can stay. You can stay, Dave. Yeah, you can stay. All right, well then let's go to whatever I said, let's go to old business, sitting there for 170, 172. So any additional discussion, anybody want to talk about anything additional that we talked about that we didn't talk about yet? We want to talk about that we didn't talk about yet?
I don't believe so.
What happens to the old application if this one's approved?
Well, will be approved as a modification to the
No,
original,
this
right?
This is a new application.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be received as, this is the new plan going forward, the old plan is out.
Okay, so it's not, you don't want it as a modification,
I don't,
okay.
yeah, when we accepted this application, we accepted it as a
Because of the
application, rather
address.
than, because it's a totally different plan at this
Right.
point in
That's
time.
fine.
So
Okay,
if
all right.
this one is rejected, what happens to the old plan? Is it still in effect?
So,
Is it still approved?
Yeah,
they have the plan for 5 years.
Okay.
And they will have the option for either, on which they kind of
Okay.
wanna go forward with, but
Just in case
we
you
know
decide you
which
wanna
one
build
they're
a
gonna
bridge.
go forward with.
I wouldn't worry about that.
yeah, so the other one is still active.
You can
Um,
always ask them if they want to withdraw that application. I mean, or they already have their permit, so they don't have to really do anything.
And I can't rescind it.
You can't rescind a permit, so it will sit there for 5 years. But it would be since the date of the actual approval, so it's probably, what, set
Yeah,
to
I-
expire in
Probably
20
3
Yeah,
years
we
now.
don't, I don't wanna dwell on it, but it'd be interesting to see, we'll talk about it later, but it seems to me this could have been a modification to that one. And that would have dealt with that problem, but that's
But it wasn't.
neither here nor there. That's water under the bridge.
I mean, someone
as they
could hit
say.
Powerball in the next week and decide they want a nice big bridge.
I just wanna make sure we're dealing with the old one correctly.
I don't
They
think we have to
haven't-
address the old one because it's a different application number.
Yeah,
It is a different application. The previous, well, this is technically the third application, actually.
right,
So, the one in between was withdrawn, so that one
Yeah,
doesn't
we don't care
exist.
about
There's no
that one.
approval. So they'll have their original approval that was received with the house plan. They still have a permit for that if they wanna go forward within, I think we're up to probably about 3 years, it will expire. And that
Okay.
will be that for that plan, and then if you approve this. Now, they cannot combine the two, it is either one or the other. And I think we know which way they wouldn't come before you again if they wanted to keep the original one, is kind of.
you know, again, well, who knows what's gonna happen, they may just decide to sell the property tomorrow, right?
Sure.
That's quite possible, and then we'll have a whole new cast of characters who would still have two plans.
You have 2 approved plans for the property, but it's not uncommon that when people sell a property, they buy a property with an approved plan and they come in and they wanna do something different and they have to go through the process again.
Okay, all right,
So
all right.
they could either build it exactly according to specs for either of the approved plans, or they have to come back before you.
All right, well, let's hope, that sounds messy, but let's hope this doesn't cause anybody any trouble. I think,
I think it should be okay.
all right,
If
Well-
they sold the property and someone came back, okay, so someone comes back, you deal with it.
all right. All right, somebody wanna make a motion here? Cause I don't feel like it.
Make a motion to accept the plans from, pardon?
Oh, yes, please.
To accept the plan from Michael J. Mizuko, listed as Exhibit 4 for the property at 170 and 172 Long Meadow Hill, I believe it was. As drawn dated 3/14/25, with the usual stipulations.
Making note, there's some handwritten updates
Oh.
on page sheet.
With some handwritten updates on drawing number 25005-ND
For the installation of the
for
culvert.
the installation of the culvert and the work with the large excavator.
Second?
Second it.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
That was
Okay.
easy, huh?
Yep,
Right.
yep, it sure
Holy
was.
cow. I appreciate
You
it.
done?
All right, you're welcome. All right, Dave, good luck with
Finally.
it. Okay,
Yes, good luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
all right, take care, Dave.
You too.
Let's see, today is the 25th.
We'll see.
Okay. All righty. So, new business, 171 Pocono Road, we don't have that application complete yet, right? Isn't that what we just talked about? Okay. So it's funny that an incomplete application is still here?
So it was actually received enough that, so here's the
Okay.
fun. When we receive an application, we don't have the right for us staff to deny an application, only the commission does.
Yeah,
Try to get as much information to have a full application before it gets to you,
okay.
but if you wanted supplemental material, which he did not have the time to submit,
Okay, well, I think we should make note here that we haven't that the commission is not accepting an incomplete application.
But it's not technically incomplete.
He
think
submitted
it's-
an application and he paid for it,
There's supplemental stuff he wants to add to it, but
And now there's
technically it's a
supplemental stuff.
complete application.
so it becomes tricky as far as that's concerned.
So so it is complete.
It is complete, but he was supposed to drop the more information off beforehand, that the application cut off, because we can only disseminate the information to you.
I know you can take it, but we have to accept it, right? Right?
An application is technically received either at your next regularly scheduled meeting or within 35 days of application receipt date, whichever comes sooner.
I just worry that by accepting things and then they wanna bring additional information,
Drags out the
that
timeline.
it starts the clock, which can be to their disadvantage.
I wanted
Yeah.
him to come before us as far as a violation,
Yeah,
and I think there was a bit of confusion of and he went ahead and submitted an application
Okay.
before coming to you as the violation.
I just wanna take a look at it here.
Well, it sounded like shy of the delay by a soil scientist. If they go that route, they could potentially have it all in within the timeframe, even
Yeah,
being
his
accepted
application
tonight.
just says remove overgrown property to allow removal of blight conditions.
But they've decided they wanted to do more. But technically, that's,
Yeah, I said, but the clock is
right, no,
the
I
yeah.
realize that, and that's why I
Yeah.
just said, if they do it without the delay of a potential soil scientist, they should have no problem on the clock.
No, well, we can always deny it too. We can, if it's because it's an inadequate remediation plan, that's what we can.
That's
we can always do
a way to
that.
address it.
Oh, yeah, that's how we would address it. So, okay, well, I want to take a look at that, so we'll just keep that in mind. If it doesn't address the issues, we can deny the application and the violation still exists. Okay, that's that, great, I'm glad I took a look at that. Correspondence, bond treatments, review of the previous minutes from August 11th, 2025. I took a look at them, nothing jumped out at me. Anybody, guys? Notes, additions, changes?
I wasn't here till you left, so,
Right, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
All right, I didn't see anything, so I'll just make a motion here. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from August 11th, 2025.
Second that.
Bob seconds that, and you weren't here.
abstaining.
And so you're gonna abstain. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? One abstention. Motion carries 3-0 to 1. And informal discussion? Anything for us, Laura, Elizabeth? All right, well then, other than that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, I made the motion, Bob seconds that.